guessed it, here's some of the best bits from Jason Lauren while we're on break.
The fireworks were underway at one Lauren Phillips' house.
Let me start this by saying, firstly, I obviously didn't realise my lovely fiancé Paul was recording me at the time. But
First time he's filmed you?
we were going out last night and he does this regularly and he did this as a stitch up to push my buttons, probably a little earlier than he normally would. But he says this one thing all the time when he knows what the answer will be. But he asks me this question whenever we are getting ready to go out at the most inconvenient times.
He sent this video to me. He was like an excited school kid. And he goes, in full flight, here she is.
I'm just wondering how long you're going to take.
Are you kidding?
No.
I've just got out of the shower and I'm soaking wet. You literally just heard the shower turn off and you said, are you ready to go?
But I just know you'll be really late, though.
I'm obviously not ready to go. The shower just turned off. Literally, I turned the faucet off. I took one step out. Do I look ready to go?
No, but don't lie on the bed.
I'm lying on the bed. I just
to
need to cool down from
No,
it.
darling.
Okay, bit to unpack.
Okay.
First things first, we have edited out a lot of swearing.
Yes. So,
Oh, yeah.
yes. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
literally turned the shower off. I'm still soaking wet in the bathroom with, like, I've washed my hair and we're not leaving for an hour. And he goes, you ready to go? I was like,
You know
does
what Luce
it
is?
look like I'm ready to go? I'm soaking wet, I'm naked, and I've got wet hair. And we're not leaving.
Well, maybe you're going like that.
Sounds ready to me.
Yeah.
Oh, he does it
You can put a top on in the car.
If we're leaving at 7 o'clock, I'll be in the bathroom doing my makeup at 20 to 7, and he goes,
Oh, well, that's on you. You're leaving it too late.
it's 20 to 7. And he
just
goes,
an
hey, love,
observation.
are you ready to go yet? And
Yeah,
I'm
mate.
like, does it look like I'm ready to go? And we're not leaving now, so who cares?
Well, you can't leave yet. You're not ready.
And also the lying on the bed thing. I have a hot shower and I need 5 minutes to cool down in my towel
Oh,
lying
are
on the
you
bed.
like my wife? She likes third-degree burns. Unless she's getting
way.
third-degree burns, she's not clean enough. Yes?
I've witnessed many situations in the Phillips O'Brien household, right? They do one thing that throws me. Lauren, why do you call each other mate?
That's when we're
very
angry.
passive
Oh, no, Lou and I
aggressive.
do that.
Only when we're angry.
All right, mate.
Yeah, it's when we're annoyed. It's like,
Well, see, we're
yeah.
the other way. We do it when we're like, hey, man.
I don't know. Oh, no, that would not.
What, when
that-
you want a bit?
Yeah, no,
hey,
no.
man.
If I'm calling him
Please,
mate,
mate, please.
it's instead of me calling him something else.
I beg you, mate.
When I'm not happy.
Right, gotcha. All right.
Like, I would have got out of the shower and gone, mate, do I look like I'm ready to go?
You know what Luz is? If she goes, how do I look? I'll go, fine.
Oh, don't say fine. Don't say fine.
Whoa, okay.
We're just asking for a
the
confidence
worst thing you
boost.
can
I know,
do.
this is what she's I don't do. Fine.
It's even worse when Paul goes, oh, do you have any other jeans to wear? And I'm like, well, now, mate, I am not ready to go because I need 10 minutes for a Menti B, 10 minutes to go through the wardrobe, and then 10 minutes to put this same outfit back on again and be angry at you for the rest of the night.
What a lucky guy. All right, let's go to the phones. Yes, Clint?
Just very quickly, I just want to pick up on something you said because Lou asks you, "How do I look?" Right?
Say
Yeah.
great.
If you
Be
say
smarter.
if you say lovely, she's going to say, "Well, that sounds forced," or "That doesn't sound genuine."
Thank you, Clint.
So I just don't think you can win.
You
No,
can't.
you just go.
You are losing every day of the week.
Yeah, but do you even look at her? Because I go, does this look okay? And Paul goes, yeah, great. And he's not even looking at me. He's looking at his phone.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
Dal, just make some eye contact and go,
No, it's the
yeah, you look awesome, babe.
we can see the
Call
reflection
me
in
babe.
our phone.
That'll get me. Call me babe. And I'll be like, oh, thanks.
Evie
Call
and
me
Thor,
babe.
all right, what's the go? What's the line that can set off your partner?
So to set the scene, firstly, we both come from really big, loud Greek households.
Yep.
And being the next generation, what we really want to do is be better than them, and we have a policy of no screaming in our house.
No
Right.
screaming.
Now, generally speaking, what we'll hear in my house is, you don't need to scream at me, I can hear you, stop screaming, stop screaming. And I'm like, well, who's screaming here? And then it just seems to escalate and escalate. And we basically just continue in the path of our parents and are no better than the previous generation.
You know
Yeah.
what? You've hit the nail on the head. I do that
When
with
someone
Lou.
screams at you, stop screaming at me. I do it too.
Yeah, I go, I'm not screaming at you, so there's no need to scream at me. And
Oh,
then,
that's even more annoying. That's even, that's...
Peter, what's the statement that always sets your partner off?
I'm going to win the QT $250 voucher.
Yep, what's the
It's
statement?
Paul.
Is
It's
that
Paul.
my Paul?
Yes.
Paul?
Paulie.
He sounds scared. He sounds
In
scared.
my defence here, guys, this she takes 2 hours to watch 60 Minutes. Everything takes forever.
Well, I think she's when she goes, look, we're leaving at 7. I start getting ready at 20 to 7.
No, I didn't say I start getting ready. I'm just not ready.
I'm not yelling at you.
It's not your segment. It's not your segment.
Yeah, and I'm not yelling at you. There's no need to yell at me. Just relax.
Oh! You're a dog, both of you.
Favourite time of the week.
You better start talking.
Jason Lawrence.
Answer me!
Probe the Popo.
Tell me what you know.
Every week, we get a different area of the police in. This week, Sergeant Andrew Nesbitt is a ballistics officer in the forensic unit. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for
Good
having me.
morning.
Thanks for coming in.
Okay. Let's do some top line stuff because this is complicated. So you are a ballistics scientific officer. Is that right?
Ballistics expert, yes.
So anything that's involved
In shootings?
a gun crime, they
Yes.
call you.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And so do you have to be a scientist as well if you're the scientific officer?
So I'm a sworn police member. I'm a sergeant in police, and I've had various different areas of forensic training to allow me to do the shooting scene reconstruction and forensic ballistics role.
Side
Do you
note,
always wear rubber gloves everywhere you go so you don't leave your
I was told to
fingerprints
dress
on
up,
anything?
but yeah, I don't want to be added to the database anyway, so I thought I'll just glove
Smart.
up and
Maybe I'll
50
start
people
doing
here.
the same.
It's a good idea.
Maybe I'll start
Disposable
doing the
gloves.
same.
That's it.
What TV show, I always like to know, what TV show or movie have you seen that would be the closest to real life what you do?
Close to. So I got into this because CSI came on TV in high school. And
Yeah,
I
you're a
went,
bit of a
"Bang,
ranger
that's what I want to
around
do."
the beard. You
Yeah,
like
got
that
a bit
guy
of
on
ginger beard.
CSI
It's a
Miami.
bit cold, so I'm trying to grow it out a bit. But I guess the CSI TV shows and movies, they're all based on what we do.
Yep.
Based on the techniques that we use.
Yeah.
But they're very Hollywoodized.
Right. gotcha.
Yeah, right.
The big one that makes me cringe in one of the Batman movies when he is able to 3D scan a wall that's got a bullet in it.
Oh, don't ruin
Bring
that
it
for
back.
me.
Well, I don't want to break Batman for anyone, but when I started doing this job, it broke Batman for me in that stage.
Damn it.
So your team would go in when there has been an incident involving a gun. So, for instance, one of the most famous trials that has happened recently is the Greg Lynn murder trial. I know that wasn't you, but would that be your team that would go into that sort of environment where people had been killed with a weapon?
Absolutely, yeah. So if someone is wounded or injured, then we go out to reconstruct the scene, and our unit has had a fair bit of involvement in the Greg Lynn case.
And what are you looking for when you walk into one of those crime scenes?
You walk into a crime scene and it's generally chaos. There's ambulance
bet.
debris and stuff everywhere. There's a bit of blood. There might be dropped items. And it's all about just slowing right down and taking everything in and then starting to see what you can find.
So will you look at the, how do I put this, the injury or gun wound to the victim?
Yep.
And then from that, I guess you'd make measurements
Recreate
and then
a
try
scene.
and work out what sort of gun did the damage.
Absolutely, yeah. So the long-term goal is trying to identify that gun back to it. Different gunshot wounds give different information that we can interpret. So sometimes we can determine how far away the muzzle of a gun was from that injury at the time, depending on the type of firearm used and some of the other conditions.
And do you ever recover the actual bullet?
We do, yeah, all the time. Yep.
And then do you look for things on that?
Yep. So in the case that someone is shot and killed, we'll head down to the morgue and we'll assist the pathologist in the post-mortem. We'll be there when they recover the bullets or fired shot. And once that bullet's recovered, we can have a look on the microscope and look at some of the microscopic information that's there, and we can potentially match that back to a firearm.
You must have seen some things in your time.
All sorts of weird and wonderful.
Because you've been doing this for 18 years.
I've been in the job 18 years and I've been doing forensics for 14 years.
How do you go when you head home? Like leaving work at work, you know what I mean?
In the past, I have struggled with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better now. I think that's just an age and experience sort of thing. I've got a great support network around me, and I've
Yeah,
also
right.
got lots of other interests. I'm involved in different community things, heavily involved in scouting.
Gotcha.
Love my video games. They've always been my release.
You look
So-
like a scout to me. You just
Oh,
look
yeah.
like a good
What's a
stand-up.
scout?
Just,
just scouts.
You know, scouts, you know,
Scouting.
kids.
Oh, like Scout's Honour.
Yeah,
Yeah, Scouts Honour, yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yep.
Oh,
He looks
yeah,
like a
you could be
scout.
a scout.
I have been for a very long time. So
I thought you meant you were scouting for new police officers.
No.
Like search for a supermodel, but
No,
for
no,
the
no, it's
police
not.
officers,
It's
not like that.
Look, I'll tell you what, we're doing Probe the Popo. We've got to take a quick break. Andrew, if you're happy to stay with us, that'd be great.
love it.
All right, we are focusing on the ballistics forensic unit this morning with Probe the Popo. We've got many more questions. Stay with us.
You You best start talking.
Jason Lawrence.
Answer me!
Probe the Popo.
Tell me what you know.
Sergeant Andrew Nesbitt is from the Ballistics Forensic Unit of the police. We love the work the cops do. We love getting different areas of the police in. Do you still crap your pants when you've got a cop car behind you in the traffic?
All the time.
Yeah, cool.
All
Yeah,
the
it
time.
makes you think
Yep.
you're doing something wrong.
It does,
Why
yeah,
are
yep.
the police so accidentally intimidating?
I just that constant fear of I don't want to do the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Yep,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Hey, I know you bought some props in this morning,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and we'll be careful how we describe things because we know kids are in the car. But you specialise in weapons and any firearm-related crimes.
That's right, yes.
With a shotgun, because a shotgun's very different to a normal gun. Normal gun, just one bullet comes out.
Correct?
Show Lauren what happens with a shotgun.
Okay.
This is
Is a shotgun like the long barreled,
you know,
like
you
on a
see-
farm? vibe?
Yeah, it can be. So a shotgun is one of the earliest forms of firearms.
Right.
And it's designed to fire multiple pellets at a target to give you a bigger chance to hit it. So
Okay.
early days, you need to eat, you want to eat, you
Hunting.
want to shoot a rabbit. Yep,
Yep.
I'm going to fire lots of projectiles at that
Oh.
rabbit to hopefully hit it so I can eat.
Okay, so many bullets.
Many bullets, yeah. So
So it's all little ball bearings that come out?
yeah,
Oh.
but depending on what you're trying to shoot, there's different sizes of shot. So that's a number 8 shot.
But does
so
that
if
What's
you-
it?
I'm
No,
hesi-
hold it.
I'm
Tell
hesitant.
everyone why you don't want to touch it.
because I've got to go to the airport on Friday, and if I have gunpowder on me and I get done in the explosives test, and
You
they
don't
don't
wanna
let me get
finger
on
up
the
the,
plane, no,
Yeah, right.
I'm going to be calling you, Sergeant Andrew, saying,
problem.
"Can you be
Andrew?
my witness?"
They are lead, so just make sure you wash your hands, but they're in a bag, so it should be fine.
So, does that come out with a bullet or just these things?
So those pieces of shot get sent out,
Oh.
and there's also a wad, which is generally a little plastic
So
component.
you only pull the trigger once, and all of this would come out.
Yeah, yep.
Whoa, it's like a confetti gun,
And
but not
No,
confetti.
it's
Lead
not a
confetti
confetti
Like
gun.
a bad one.
Yeah, not like the confetti gun at Spotlight.
No.
And then
Okay.
depending on what target you're trying to hit, there are different shot sizes. So they're
Oh.
slightly bigger again. So that first one is for your sporting trap shooting,
Yep.
lots and lots of small pellets.
Yep.
This one's more of a hunting load for rabbits or small game.
Wow.
When it
And you
comes
get
to
up
What's that?
They're SGs or buckshot. So they're designed for large game like deer, or they're
Gotcha.
also military
Oh.
application. Police.
when it comes
Oh,
to
I don't like it.
a sniper's gun,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the Trump situation, like the Trump assassination attempt.
Yep.
Have you got a prop there of what like a sniper's bullet would look like? So it's a massive long bullet.
Not necessarily, not in the case used in Trump. So this is a 50 cal. It's just a good size to be
Is
able
that
to
a
talk
novelty
about.
size one, or is that actually?
No, that's it's an
as
actual
real?
real cartridge. It's a dummy, but that's an anti-material rifle.
The reason
So-
I asked, like in the situation like the assassination attempt on Trump, have they got to be dead set accurate, or is the bullet almost like a shotgun bullet where it's
So you do have to be accurate, but there's also a number of factors there. There's the accuracy of the gun. There's how well
Wow.
it's sighted in. There's the ability of the shooter. There's a whole number of variables.
wind? That sort of
Wind,
thing.
yep.
Yeah.
Did you watch the shooting at the Olympics?
I did watch the shooting at the
Did
Olympics.
you see that Turkish guy?
How sick is that Turkish guy?
How relaxed was
like
he?
he's just come from a barbecue. and
I
he's
missed.
like,
I
off
missed
we
it.
go.
So everyone
One
else had
hand-
goggles and everything.
Yeah, they wear like glasses and they cover one eye and they've got like anti-glare
Mm-hmm.
and some little angle thing. And this
Yep.
guy just put his hand in his left pocket and went, chick, chick, boom. And he won the silver.
I got to say, when we were in Thailand years ago, early 20s, we did the stupid thing and went to one of those gun ranges.
Oh my God.
And mate, they had a sign out the front saying "Kids shoot free," and it was like Jesus. Yeah, I know, crazy. And typical idiot 22-year-old. I was excited. Here we go. And when I fired that first shot, it was terrifying.
Did you go flying? Because they've got a lot of force. They can knock you over, can't it? When you
Yeah,
shoot
yeah,
it?
yeah. I shot an M16, and it was terrifying how
I don't even know
real
what that
and
is.
just an absolute reality check, like a machine gun.
Well, yes, firearms are a tool and they're a device. So you can use firearms for good and you can use firearms for bad. So they're
Yeah.
an essential tool for a farmer to be able to do the work on the farm, that sort of thing.
Yep.
It's when they get in the wrong hands and people get silly with them
Yeah.
that's when things go awry. So
How's your aim?
I'm actually not a very good shot. My right eye's really weak. I can shoot all right with a scope, but most of our stuff, if
You
we're
don't
dealing
do-
with
you
a sawn-off shotgun, we just want to get the cases out of it to look at on the
You're
microscope.
doing the other
Yeah,
side.
So we'll go down, basically just fire it from the hip, boom, boom, get our tests, and then.
So you do
go.
it to like do a test to see, oh, if I
Yeah.
stood here, where would it go? And
Oh, not that so much. So if it's a gun that's just been found at a search warrant
Yeah.
and we want to do an unsolved crime check, we'll take it down and we'll recover fired bullets and fired cartridge cases
And see
from
if it
it.
matches any other
Yeah.
cases.
Yep. We'll take that back. We'll examine it. We've got it's probably the most CSI thing that we have in terms of it's a laser that 3D scans the surface,
Sort of like in Batman.
sort of like in Batman.
Yep.
And it'll build a 3D model of the bearing surface of the bullet or of the top of the fired
Wow.
cartridge case,
Yeah.
and then it checks that against other crimes around the country. And we've been finding links mainly on the eastern coast.
Oh,
where-
it's all digital these days.
But is it terrifying how many like guns that just get recovered from search warrants are actually linked to past crimes that are unsolved?
There are more than I would expect, yeah.
Wow.
We're up to about 150 different hits now since we've had the system in.
Jesus.
Linking them either gun to
It's
scene.
literally like a
or scene to
DNA
scene.
test for a gun and a bullet.
It's a great way to look at it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys get around in unmarked police cars.
We do, yes.
If you flash the badge in a drive-through, do you still get a discount?
I'm trying to stay off Macca's at the moment.
You look fit. You look fit. You can tell.
He's a bad shot. You can tell him what he really looks like. Hey, Andrew, we really appreciate the work you do, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Incredible job.
Great
you guys
coming
do.
Yes.
And-
Thank
and
you for keeping us safe.
Jason Lauren. Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.